today, as I'm doing this video, it's actually July 4th. And in America, I know that a lot of my viewers from other countries, you have no idea July 4th is just the day after July 3rd. You know, in America, patriotic Americans like me call it Independence Day. And this could take a really long time, but I don't want to make a moto vlog that's so long nobody's going to, watch it all anyway. So this is just like a basic recap, intro to July 4th 101 for my subscribers in like the Philippines and India and so on. And Australia that might not know, and other countries. But what Independence Day or July 4th is all about is that when this country, when people first started coming from England, to America, one of the reasons is they were wanting to get away from King George, because King George was not a very good king. He was greedy, he was selfish, he would allow people to come here basically figuring they were going to die. And as the colonies started to, get developed and stuff, one of the things that King George did is that he owed William Penn a lot of money. And apparently, from my understanding, he did not want to pay or could not pay William Penn back in gold and jewels and whatever. So what he did is he granted him a huge amount of land in a country or land that didn't even belong to King George. It belonged to the people who were already here. As a lot of people would say, like Native American Indians and whatever. There was already people here when England started bringing people here. So here's King George giving land to William Penn, and hence the state of Pennsylvania, for those of you that might not have realized how that got its name. But anyway, so long story short, America started to grow. We were starting to make something out of this country and getting prosperous businesses and starting to do some trade and things like that, buying tea and whatever from the exporters or importers or whichever porters that would buy the tea from China and then bring it to England and then America and so on. And they started taxing more and more and more. King George kept putting demands, and I'm sure there was a lot of corrupt military types and officials that were adding on their percentage on top of what King George was already getting, hitting the people up for. And they didn't have the money to keep paying and paying and paying and paying. So they reached a point where we had what was called the Boston Tea Party. They wanted so much for the taxes on the tea that they were bringing to America that they said forget it and dumped it out and put it all into the harbor. And I will finish this after I go get some fireworks. How y'all doing?
All right, how are you?
Good. About pretty much picked clean, huh?
Yes, sir.
I knew I should have got here earlier. I just been busy, and I thought, well, we've got a little bit left over from last year, but not a lot. And I started a YouTube channel a while ago, and I got subscribers from like the Philippines and all over, man. And they have no idea what the 4th of July is. So I started doing a video about telling them what it was, or what was happening, what we celebrate Independence Day and stuff. And I was going to come and show them, here's what you can get in America, the land of the free, the greatest nation on the planet. And there's no fireworks. Dang! Normally, if I'd have got here earlier, these would have all been filled with some really nice fireworks. But I've already got a bunch of firecrackers left and stuff. But on all of these shelves, there would be, huge things that go up and explode and just beautiful. I generally try to come to places like this because, sorry, I'm talking to the camera. Come to places like this because instead of supporting some great big store, you're supporting a family. Try somewhere else. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Have a great Independence Day, man. All right, Moto Warriors. I guess I'll go up here to Bedford County and see if there's something up here. I usually try and get them at that place because they're nice folks and it's a family instead of some big corporation, as I mentioned. Just like Christmas is not about Santa Claus and all that, the 4th of July is not about fireworks. It's about celebrating our independence from England and becoming our own free and sovereign nation that turned out to be a nation second to none in on the entire planet, in my opinion. But I'm a true red, white, and blue American patriot, and if you don't like it, that's just too bad. Oh, and lest I forget, happy Independence Day to all my fellow patriotic Americans and all my friends that believe in America around the world. Happy Independence Day. Yeehaw! God bless y'all, and God bless the USA.
So hey, Moto Warriors, just to recap, there was a whole lot of things that was going on that led to the Revolutionary War in America. King George III wouldn't do anything to help the colonists. He didn't want to offer any food or support or backing or anything. And so when they finally started to make something of themselves and of the country and so on, King George wanted more and more and more of it. And people they were getting tired of it. And so ultimately there was what was called the Lee Resolution, which called for the separation of the colonies from British Empire, from King George III's rule. That was actually signed into law, and there was no dissenting votes at all. Nobody said no. Everybody was in agreement to pull away from British Empire. And that was on July 2nd of 1776. And then 2 days later, on July 4th, they actually made the public declaration that they were now an independent nation. The basic premise is that the American colonies were tired of the way they were being treated by the British Empire. Oh, and just to let you know, there was severe thunderstorms all around with lightning and everything. And I was starting to think maybe we wouldn't even see any fireworks, or very few. But as you can see, it was going on all around me. And some of the lights that you see farther out are right near the edge of town. So, you're talking at least 10 miles away. So the drone did pretty good. But you can see the lightning flashing, and it was pretty bad. I think there probably would have been even more fireworks. One, if there was more fireworks available, and two, had there not been such a severe electrical storm. You can see lightning going off in this video, and the thunder was heard in between the blasts from all the fireworks. The fireworks were really loud all around. It was just, I love that. We eventually put my drone back down and said forget it, because that storm kept getting closer and I didn't want to take a chance on ruining my drone.